Some of y'all's English teachers have a lot to answer for when it comes to how they taught you what symbolism is. Because symbols never inherently mean one thing. You cannot simply say, this symbol equals this. Symbolism in storytelling in literature is built through a combination of cultural touchstones, references, the author's own conscious and subconscious feelings about that thing, and how it's used in the rest of the text. A good example, most of us have heard the "why are the curtains blue" example, and a lot of people will simply answer things like the curtains are blue because blue equals calm, therefore the curtains equal calm. But blue doesn't always equal calm. It does commonly in our modern society have calm vibes to it, but it might mean that this is an Alice in Wonderland retelling that you're reading, and the curtains are described as a pale blue, and Alice, in most visual media, is shown as wearing a pale blue dress, and therefore these curtains might somehow be associated with Alice. That might be the symbolism. But another example is maybe our author got trapped in a cabinet when they were a child that happened to be blue, and ever since they've associated blue with fear and being trapped. And how you're going to know what that actually means is looking at the rest of the text. If the first time blue pops up in this book is when the main character's best friend gets hit by a car and the car is blue, and then the next time blue pops up is when they're at the morgue identifying their friend and they see the blue hint to their skin, and then the third time blue pops up is when they're visiting their dying mother in the hospital and there are blue flowers in a vase on the table, and then the next time blue pops up is when the date that this main character is going on, the guy is wearing a blue shirt, and then that guy tries to kill her later, then when the curtains show up being blue, you should know the blue means danger. Blue is danger in this situation. Symbolism is built through use of the text. Now, there are some things that are standalone symbols that just because of our cultural touchstones we sort of associate. A good example is my earring here is a compass rose. Compass roses are usually associated with traveling, with finding things, direction. And so if there's literally no other reference to a compass rose in a book, you can probably assume that symbol is meant to represent something like that. But in the end, the point of symbolism, the reason we pay attention to symbolism, is because it's a way of examining the deeper meaning of the text itself. You have to look at the rest of the text to figure out what something means.